Most people think their life is controlled by circumstances like luck, money, or even talent or other people. But the truth is, your life is mostly controlled by the thoughts you repeat every single day. Every action starts as a thought, every habit starts as a thought, every excuse, every goal, every fear, every success, and every failure begins in the mind first. And if you constantly tell yourself you are behind or unlucky or unattractive, weak or incapable, your brain starts acting as if those things are facts. But if you train your mind to focus on discipline, opportunity, and confidence and growth, your behavior changes, your decisions improve, and eventually your entire life starts moving you in a different direction. The scary part is most people never realize that they are living inside mental programming they didn't consciously create. Their thoughts are running on autopilot, shaded by negativity, social media, and toxic environments, bad experiences, and fear. That means many people are losing battles before they even take the action because their own mind already convinced them they cannot win. Your mind is either your greatest weapon or your biggest prison. And the difference comes down to control. Think about how many people wake up already stressed before their feet even touch the floor. They start thinking about bills, problems, drama, work stress, rejection, or everything wrong in their life. Their brain instantly enters survival mode when you repeat negative thought patterns daily. Your brain strengthens those neutral pathways in simple terms. The more you think a certain way, the easier it becomes for your brain to keep thinking that way. And negativity becomes automatic, fear becomes automatic, and doubt, it just becomes automatic. And this is why controlling your thoughts matters so much because thoughts repeated long enough become beliefs, and beliefs influence actions, and actions create results. Your reality is heavily shaped by the story you continuously tell yourself. That does not mean you can magically think yourself into becoming a millionaire overnight, but it does mean your mindset determines whether you take the actions required to improve your life or stay stuck where you're at. A person who believes improvement is possible will search for solutions. A person who believes nothing will work usually quits before even trying. And the external results often starts with the internal beliefs. And one of the biggest lies people believe is that thoughts are harmless because they exist only in the mind, but thoughts are directly affect the body. Stressful thinking, it raises cortisol levels. Fearful thinking increases anxiety. Angry thinking changes your mood and energy. Confident thinking can improve the performance, and focused thinking improves your productivity. Athletes visualize success before games because the brain responds strongly to mental rehearsal. Your brain does not always clearly separate imagined experiences from real ones, though. This is why overthinking future disasters can create real emotional suffering even when nothing bad has happened yet. Your thoughts literally shape your emotional state, your energy, your habits, and even your health over time. Another major problem is that most people let outside influences completely control their mental environment. They consume endless negative news, compare themselves to unrealistic lifestyle online, listen to people who constantly complain, and surround themselves with individuals who destroy motivation. Then they wonder why they feel mentally exhausted and uninspired. Your mind absorbs what you feed it. If you constantly feed your brain negativity, distraction, gossip, and fear, you cannot expect clarity and confidence to grow. Mental discipline requires protecting your attention because attention is one of the most valuable resources you have. Whatever consistently captures your attention eventually shapes your thinking. This is why successful people are extremely careful about what they consume mentally. They understand that focus is power, and controlling your thoughts does not mean pretending problems do not exist. It means refusing to let problems dominate your entire mental state. This is a huge difference between recognizing challenge and becoming emotionally controlled by them. Strong minded people still experience fear, stress, sadness, and uncertainty, but they do not let those emotions permanently take over their identity. They learn how to observe thoughts without automatically obeying them. Just because your mind says something does not mean it is true. Your brain can exaggerate danger, replay embarrassment, invent worst case scenarios, and create limitations that are not even real. Learning to question your thoughts instead of blindly believing them is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. And many people sabotage their own lives through repetitive negative self-talk. They say things like I'll always fail. I'm not smart enough. Nobody cares about me or I could never do that. And over time those statements become internal commands. Your brain listens to the words you repeat attached to yourself. Imagine speaking to another person the same way some people speak to themselves every day. It would sound cruel and destructive, yet millions of people normalize self hatred without realizing how deeply it affects confidence and behavior. The language you use internally matters more than most people understand. Replacing destructive thoughts and constructive ones is not fake positivity, it is mental conditioning. Instead of saying I'll never improve, say I'm improving step by step. Instead of everything is ruined, think this is difficult but manageable. Them small shifts, you know, they sound simple, but repeated consistently, they change how you approach life. Discipline also plays a huge role in controlling thoughts, too. People often wait until they feel motivated before taking action. But motivation is unreliable because emotions constantly change, and discipline means acting based on decisions instead of temporary relief. And when you consistently do difficult things despite discomfort, your mind becomes stronger. You prove to yourself that thoughts and emotions do not have absolute control over your behavior. And that is incredibly important because many people live as slaves to impulse. If they feel tired, they quit. If they feel fear, they avoid action. If they feel discouraged, they stop trying. And mental strength grows when you train yourself to act with intentions, even when your emotions resist. Another powerful habit is learning how to focus on the present moment. A huge amount of human suffering comes from mentally living, in the past or the future. People replay old mistakes repeatedly or obsess over future problems that have not even happened yet. Meanwhile, they completely miss the present moment where their actually life is happening. You cannot control yesterday and you cannot fully control tomorrow, but you can control your actions right now. Bringing your attention back to the present reduces unnecessary mental chaos. And this is why practices like meditation, journaling, deep breathing, and reflection help so many people. They train awareness, they create space between you and your thoughts instead of allowing every thought to instantly control your emotions. One thought can change the direction of your life. One direction to stop making excuses can transform your future. And one moment of belief can push you to start a business, improve your health, repair relationships, or pursue goals you were previously afraid to chase. Likewise, one destructive belief can keep someone trapped for decades. This is why mental control is not just self help advice, it is life changing. Your thoughts influence the standards you accept, the risk you take, the people you tolerate, and the opportunities you pursue. If you truly want to change your life, you must first become aware of the thoughts constantly shaping your behavior behind the scenes. Most people spend more time trying to change external circumstances than improving the internal mindset, creating those circumstances. They want better results without better thinking, but your mind is the foundation of everything else. A weak mindset creates weak habits. A focused mindset creates intentional actions, and every major transformation starts internally before it becomes visible externally. And at the end of the day, controlling your thoughts is really about reclaiming power over your life. You cannot control every event that happens to you. You cannot control the economy, other people, or random hardships, but you can control the meaning you assign the situation and the action you choose afterwards. That control changes everything. A person with a trained mind can stay calm during chaos, focused during distractions, and determined during difficulty. They are not controlled by every emotion or obstacle because they learn how to lead their mind instead of being led by it. And your life follows the direction of your dominant thoughts. If your thoughts are constantly negative, fearful, and hopeless, your actions will eventually reflect that mindset. But if your thoughts are disciplined, intentional, and growth oriented, your behavior aligning with the progress and the quality of your thoughts shapes the quality of your decisions. And the quality of your decisions shapes the quality of your future. Control your thoughts and you begin controlling your habits. Control your habits and you begin controlling your life. Thanks for watching today. If you found value in today's video, please subscribe. YouTube says I have to have subscriptions to survive. So please subscribe if you found value. That's all I ask. If you can do that for me, I'd appreciate it. You have a good day, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow.